Hi, hello everyone. I'm Naval Yamal. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Data Master, and welcome to our new playlist on Databricks for everyone. In this video, I'm going to focus about the views. In our previous videos, I have discussed about what is the hierarchy. We created catalog, we created schemas, we created tables, and the functions. Now I'm going to use or I'm going to talk about the views. So views are nothing but a virtual table. It saved views are a saved query against one or more tables. So we are going to create a views now based on the logic or based on the user defined functions we have worked on the previous video. So here I have created two functions like a full name UDF and one is on the sentiment analysis, and we have used that, and you can see here. Now this was just a query. We have queried it and we got a query results. But I want to save this result in a form of a table. But when I say a table, it's a physical table. There would be a storage associated with it. But if you say that no, I don't want a storage associated, I just want a virtual table. Yes, you can create a virtual kind of table. I'm not talking about a temporary view. I'm not talking about temporary table. So you can save it. You can save this query in the form of a table. That's a virtual table, and that's called a view. That's called a view. So let me, people coming from a SQL background, they would simply know what I mean to say. It's a standard view. So when it comes to views, let me use %md views. There are a couple of types. One is your standard view. Standard view is the view that get persisted. In simple word, it's a view that gets saved to your schema. So actually views are your virtual tables. Okay, virtual tables. There are types of views. Standard view that get persisted. Then we have a temporary views that is just valid to that particular session. In temp view we have two, actually. One is temp view and the second is a global temp view. Okay, global temp view. But in this video, I'm going to discuss about the standard view first. We are going to cover this. Maybe in the next video, we are going to discuss about the temporary views and the global temp view. Okay. So let me make this. Okay, cool. Now let me go back to my script here. So this is my script where I've used that schema. So I want to save this to a view. Instead of writing this long query again and again, I would recommend saving it to a virtual table, saving it to a standard view, and I'll be just using that. So for that, you need to write a simple syntax like create view and a view name. So in this case, a view name is a customer sentiment view, I would say. It is suggesting me something, datamaster.bronze.customer reviews view as. Okay, that's it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create a view saying customer sentiment. Okay, customer sentiment. I'll try to run this now, and a view will be saved at this particular location. A quick refresh, and here we go. We got a table, and this is our view. So you can easily figure out the difference between the tables and views. So these are the tables, and the views, you can look carefully. You have a glasses like a goggles on that table. It means it's a view. It's a view. And if you just hover your cursor, even it shows you that these are tables and these are views. And now you don't need to write this all big query every time. That query is saved inside this view. You can just use it like a virtual table. You can just view it as a table. So if you remember, like I told you, we are using a medallion architecture like bronze, silver, and the gold. Actually, we create a views in our gold layer. So when we proceed further and talk about projects, I'll be explaining you how we move from bronze to silver, silver to gold. But in this case, I'm just saving all the views into the bronze, but it's not a good practice. We should save it to the gold layer. Maybe I'll try to create a gold schema and then save it there. What I'll do, I'll say drop view name. I'll drop this. I'll drop it. And now I'll create a quick schema here. I'll remove this. I'll create a schema, and I would say schema name as a gold. You can say a silver as well, but now this is something what I want to okay, what I'll do, create schema if not exist, I'll say silver. And also I'll say create schema if not exist, and I'll say gold. Okay, this should be schema. Okay, let me try to run this. So a silver and the schema, silver and the gold schema would be created. So generally I'm using a medallion architecture where I have a raw data in the bronze, then I'm going to silver, and then finally I'm going to create a gold tables or a gold view. Okay, so here I'm going to use it as a silver. I'll be taking a use case where I'm going to do a grouping and aggregating on this sentiments, and I'll store it to a gold, so that I can also give you an example like how from bronze to silver, silver to go gold, how the data moves. Okay, here I'm going to use the syntax create or replace. So just in case if there is a view created, that would be removed. Okay, create or replace view, and I'm going to use a silver schema here. I'm going to pick that from the bronze schema, and my functions are staved into the bronze again. I'll try to run this, and here we go. We got a new view in the silver. Now let me try to select star from this table name. Actually, it's a view, and you should see similar to a table. You can see we have a positive, negative, neutral, and so on. We got this from our user defined function. We created a user defined function, and then we created a new column called sentiment, and we saved it to a view. Let us see what is happening on the catalog explorer. Do a quick refresh, and you should see a silver. Click onto this, and it's a view. So if you look at the difference between the table and the view, so if you click on the table, you should see it's a delta table, and there is a storage associated to this. But if you go to the customer sentiment view, you cannot see any storage associated. It's just a normal view, a virtual table. Let me attach this to my compute so that I can show you sample data, and I'll also show you the definition. Wow, my serverless compute is up and running now, and you can see here it's just this view was created by using this query definition. You can check the sample data, you can go to the details, and you can see it's just a view. But in the case of table, it shows you table is a delta table. It will show you the size. You need a compute for that, and it will show you a metadata like how many Parquet files are stored in there. And if you go to details, it will show you that it's a managed table and so on. Okay, so this was how simple to create a view. The syntax is create or replace view name. Okay, now let us create one more view, and we're going to store them into the gold schema. So this time I'm going to create a view, maybe doing an aggregation on top of the sentiments. I want to see the count of sentiments, how many positive and negative and neutral counts were there. So for that, let me create a new script here. Okay, what I'll do now, I'll just take this, I'll select the sentiment analysis, I'll take a review as a sentiment. So this is, I'm referring the user defined function which I've stored in the bronze sentiment analysis. I'll use this very specific data master dot bronze, and here is our function name. We are calling our function name, and we are counting it, but we are grouping it on the sentiment analysis reviews. And I'll just call this as a data master dot bronze. I'll check the results first, and then I'll try to save this. Okay. Wow, can you see this? So we have created this sentiment. So generally we are creating a grouping based on this and then doing a count. So neutral is one, there are two negative, and there are two positive. I want to save this query results to a view, and I can do that. So generally when it comes to grouping and aggregation, we save everything to a gold. So the syntax is simple again, create or replace view and the view name, and you can see that Databricks is amazing. The notebook is suggesting you to save it to a gold because there is some aggregations and grouping happening. Beautiful. So let me quickly run this, and you should see a new view that is getting saved into the gold. Wow, can you see that? It's done. So when I try to query this now, I really don't need to write all about this. I'll simply write select star from the table name, and here we go. The results are, wow, you can see the results here. And now on top of this results, query results, even you can write a, or you can create a graph as well, or a visual. I'll just click on the visual and you can see the visual. I'll just click on save. There are a lot of things here. I can explain you quickly. You can make it horizontal, vertical. I'll keep it as vertical, I guess. Yeah, x-axis, I'll keep it as a sentiment. Y-axis, it's a count. You can name it whatever you want. You can make it as a series. You can change the color. I would recommend taking this color, lighter one. And I'll mention the data labels. I really love to use this data labels. The negative are 2, neutral are 1, positive are 2. You can switch it between the tables and the visual. It looks amazing. You can download this image as well, and you can even add this to a dashboard. You can see add this to a dashboard. So we are going to see all this in the coming videos. Don't worry about that. So this was all about how we can create a view on top of your tables, or leveraging that user defined functions as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you like my content, please support me. Like the video, comment down something on the on this video, share it with your friends, and thank you for watching again. Keep learning. See you in the next video, guys.